Hello and welcome back. In this original Black Excellist presentation, we will highlight top 10 African American last names.
Welcome to blackexcellist.com, the site where we share Black excellence, opulence, and affluence. Our mission is to inspire you as we enlighten you.
Nothing seems more basic than a surname or last name, but self-identifying as a part of a group or a family is a right that we take for granted. In fact, this right was not afforded to most African Americans until after slavery was abolished. Many people forced into bondage were given names by their white masters because they were used as a way to diminish Black people as property. This practice severed many of the ties to the African roots of many African Americans, which is why it can be very challenging for us to trace our roots. Many enslaved people taken from Africa were renamed in the Americas and even given the last name of their oppressor. After emancipation, more and more Black Americans started self-identifying, choosing their own surnames, and changing up the last names they were given to make them their own. There were those who, after emancipation, took on the same name of their plantation or kept the name given to them for identification purposes so they could find and reunite family members that they were separated from. In this original Black Excellist presentation, we will highlight the top 10 African American last names. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 10. Robinson. Robinson is primarily a name of English origin that means fame bright. It is the 30th most common name in the United States. Like most of the names on this list, it's a patronymic name, meaning that it is derived from the name of a father or male ancestor. Robinson is derived from a description of son of Robin, and the given name Robin is itself a minimized nickname for the common name Robert. According to the census, 45% of Americans with the last name Robinson are Black Americans. Number 9. Harris. The name Harris is primarily a patronymic name of English origin that means home ruler. It is the 25th most common surname in the United States. Harris is derived from a description of son of Harry or son of Henry. Harris was a name given to a person who was the son of the ruler of the property upon which he lived. According to the census, 42% of Americans with the last name Harris are Black Americans. Number 8. Thomas. The name Thomas is patronymic name of Greek origin that means twin, as in twin brother. It is the 16th most common surname in the United States. Thomas is derived from St. Thomas, one of the early Christian disciples. According to the census, 39% of Americans with the last name Thomas are Black Americans. Number 7. Davis. The name Davis is primarily a patronymic name of Welsh origin that means son of David. It is the 8th most common surname in the United States. Davis is derived from King David in the Bible, which led to its popularity first among the Jews and later among Christians. According to the census, 32% of Americans with the last name Davis are Black Americans. Number 6. Jackson. The name Jackson is related to the personal name Jack, a pet form of the popular John, meaning God has favored. It is the 19th most common surname in the United States. Jackson refers to a son of Jack. It is formed from the personal names Jacques or John, both originating from the meaning God has favored me with a son. According to the census, 53% of Americans with the last name Jackson are Black Americans. Number 5. Brown. The name Brown is thought to be of Norman origins. It comes from an early member of the family who is a person who has brown hair or brown eyes or dresses habitually in brown. It is the 4th most common surname in the United States. According to the census, 36% of Americans with the last name Brown are Black Americans. Number 4. Jones. The name Jones has always been common in Britain. It is the 5th most common surname in the United States. The surname comes from the personal name John, which is derived from the Latin Johannes, meaning Yahweh is gracious. The feminine form Joan or Joanna in Latin was also very popular. According to the census, 38% of Americans with the last name Jones are Black Americans. Number 3. Smith. The name Smith was originally given to metalworkers or blacksmiths. It is derived from the Old English word smitten, which meant to strike with a hammer. It is the most common surname in the United States. According to the census, 23% of Americans with the last name Smith are Black Americans. Number 2. Johnson. Johnson is a name that comes from the given name John, and the name literally means son of John. The given name John is derived from the Hebrew name Johanan, which means God has favored. It is the second most common surname in the United States. According to the census, 35% of Americans with the last name Johnson are Black Americans. Number 1. Williams. The Welsh name Williams is a patronymic surname derived from the personal name William. It is the third most common surname in the United States. Williams is derived from the personal name Wilhelm, composed of the elements will, meaning of strong mind, and helm, translating literally as helmet, but in this context, meaning protection. According to the census, 48% of Americans with the last name Williams are Black Americans.
We appreciate the fact that you stayed with us until the end. Thank you for spending time with us, and don't forget to like this video. Also, make sure you subscribe so that you never miss a video. Bye for now. We will see you tomorrow.